Hey there guys, and welcome to a quick overview of Quixel mixes, or Quixel mixer. Either way, it mixes things together. So first off, you want to start a project, you have to click the new project button, name it, and add it. Then once you're in there, you click new mix, and well, you make a new mix. Now you can name this whatever you want, of course. I usually name it untitled because when I'm exporting to the library, I always give it a different name anyway. So let's start by making a new mix. Now, as you see, you're given a blank slate. And look, you can move it around. Same keys as Maya by holding Alt and dragging the surface. Right now, Studio 1 is the lighting, and now it's desert. So this is your lighting right here. You have a bunch of choices, of course. And this is your local library. So these are ones I've made right here, including the dirty bricks. I've just been making a ton of stuff lately, trying to get used to the program, learn everything I can about it. And so far, it's been one hell of a program. So what we're going to be doing today is creating more stuff. So I'm going to go to my secret folder with all my textures in it. And I think it's this one. Yep. And no, I already did that one. All right. So we're going to make a stone wall. See, it's pretty simple. Diffuse is your color texture. So as you can see, this is an AK texture going on. So we've just entered the diffuse, and now we've got to enter the displacement, which can sometimes be called depth or displacement. It's really up to you. And there we go. Look at that. We got 3D geometry going on thanks to tessellation. There's one little spot I do want to check on. Not everything will look great, but when you're looking from a distance, it looks pretty good. Tessellation has a way of stretching certain areas, which sort of disappoints, but I don't think they found a way around that yet, and I hope they do one day because that would be pretty cool. It would be cool if they tried to multiply the area that was stretched so they could recreate the data that was originally there. Or we just have a way to make better textures. So say we want to add some dirt, we're going to be adding some dirt. You go in here, click your soil, let it load up. This is the one I want to add. And we give it a second, it's loading textures down here. I mean, I didn't even have to adjust anything. It looks good now the way it is. And of course, that dirt is tessellated, as you can see. It's pretty cool. Now we can drag up that threshold to make it a super dirty wall if we wanted to, right? We could also increase the repetition. Let's try 9. So say we want really fine spread out dirt. Now we have it. Or we want big clunks. Now we have that. Middle ground would probably be around 4. Really fine looking dirt. Now about the wall, we can also change what happens to the wall. Look at that. Just bring it up a bit more, you know? More defined to the dirt, so the dirt can actually get into those little cracks. And if we wanted to add even more stuff, we could bring in noise. Noise will give even more shape to the dirt, and we could define its presence, its persistence. That usually doesn't do anything. And if we're crazy, we could make a little mountain out of this entire texture. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Or we can return it to normal. Another thing is called generate normals. It's currently in experimental stages. So it does add a little bit more detail, in fact, but not much. Now say we wanted to flood the place. Flooding would be easy. We just added liquid in here. So now we have muddy wall. And we could turn up the radius, you know, threshold moisture, so the entire thing is covered. So the wall is now covered in rain. And honestly, it does look pretty good, you know. Now, let's go over the rest of it, I guess, since this is your area. These eyes are for turning materials off and on and off and on. Settings, this is for changing your working resolution or anything else that you really need. So from specular to metal, your display for the background, your skybox and stuff. So let's say gradient, if we wanted to, changing the light, rotation, like that. Shadow resolution, high or low, doesn't really matter at this point in time. Your field of view, of course. Your tessellation amount, 10. You know, we could stick that to 2. 2 still looks really good. But most times, if you're working with tessellation, you're going to be working with 8. Because 8 does look great. And you're probably not going to get any more out of 10 or 9. So 8 is kind of your resolution. Performance wise, it has tweaking downsample. So let's say 5. So tweaking downsample temporarily uses small texture sizes to improve frame rate while tweaking. Once changes are made, like releasing a slider, the current working resolution is applied again. High quality blur and fast paint preview. So about what it said. See what I mean? It completely allows you to work in full speed. Right there. So that's pretty neat. You have your export. But you're not going to be exporting to Unreal Engine like this. No, you're going to be doing something else. We're going to be doing what's called export to library. Okay, we'll name this stone building wall dirty wet. Dumbest name I've ever come up with, but it works. This is where you can enter your tags and such, choose which values and maps you want to port over, and hit save. That will export it to your custom local library, which then you can open up in the bridge tool and bridge it into Unreal Engine 4 while the engine is open. So of course that's going to end up usually at the top. This is where the custom everything goes. We can choose large thumbnails if we want. So making materials is actually pretty easy, and it's pretty damn fun too. You can choose selections on the side, choose type, surface, or atlas. And there's a lot of great stuff in here. This is one of the ones I made, I'll show you. It's probably not going to pop up properly because we already have this guy in here, so we'd have to delete this guy to show you the other one. But we'll do it. Now you got to remember this is in beta, so it does freeze a lot. It does lock up and so on, and it has just done it right now. So you just got to exit and go back in. But I kind of don't want to at the moment. We're going to get rid of my icons because I have a mess on my desktop. I'm not usually a messy person. So we're going to let this load up. Done. And we're going to go to custom. As you can see, I have these 7 custom. There's the one that we just made. So how do we get it to where we need to go? Well, we have to have Unreal Engine open. And at the moment, I don't. Figures. But Unreal Engine, you select your folder for your engine. Okay, so 4 terabyte, we got Epic Games here. So it's still here, and we hit select folder. And it doesn't detect the engine anymore, but it should update to 4.19.2 soon, hopefully. And you just hit export while it's open, and what it will do is it will automatically create a folder called Megascans inside custom surface, and it will name it after the name of the material, and it will create its own material, which is great. So this is how you get it in engine, or you can put it together yourself, whichever way you want. So let's go back. There is one problem. As you can see, my mouse is stuttering across the screen. That is one of the major issues with Quixel Mixer right now. It tries to hijack the entire GPU, and once it realizes that it can't, well, it starts up normally. So let's start up a project. It's called Hi YouTube. And once again, these are the resolutions you can choose: 8K, 4K, 2K, 1K, 512, 256. We're going to try to work into a metal-like thing going on here. So this button brings you textures. Just to go over this. This button brings you noise. This button brings you liquid. This button brings you a solid. So albedo, metalness, things like that. So this is the one that you want. This brings you to the library to grab some atlases. And this brings you to the main library to grab other things. Okay? What you're going to be working in most is this probably. So we have an albedo. An albedo is also, you know, like an image. So you choose your color for your albedo. Your metalness has to be sort of a metal thing going on. See how we have those metallic edges? Gloss, I'm going to choose normal gloss here. And of course, once again, depth though. And the wall does look different, you have to admit. It looks a little different. It's got a sheen about it, like it's made out of metal. So that's what happens when you choose specular and metallic. The difference is pretty much. Now, of course, we do have a painting tool. I've not really figured out much how to use it. Unfortunately, I think I have to click the albedo. But all that does is just does that. I guess we can color everything the way that we want to. Metalness. Color in the metal part, I guess. And then we click the displacement. And I guess I can just alter everything that I need to. Now you can also choose up. Like, say you're working with a custom texture that has no displacement map. This would definitely be pretty useful. And then we have flatten. Oh, is that supposed to be flatten? What the hell does this thing do? Yikes, it just murders everything. Now we got... Can we choose textures? Apparently we can. So if we go back to albedo, we can apparently paint on some stuff, but it uses the noise factor, so that's not really the best option, I guess. Yeah, we can paint things different colors. Look, I'm gonna go with red. I'm painting blood on the wall. Not really useful on this side. So that just shows the albedo side. We have no occlusion because there's no actual place to put occlusion. And then we have the fine, fine side of everything else. This is online. This is how many materials that are out there in total. And this is literally, unfortunately, I don't have that many. I only have like 600. There's some here I do want. Like the chestnut branches would be pretty cool to have. And other stuff too. Like the grand snow. We go down here to snow. That's stone. Where's sand? Snow with drops, fresh snow, dirty snow. I actually think I already have that. Snow, snow, snow. Don't you snow? Now other people have different materials apparently than I can see. Maybe there's more that you could grab, but I don't know. I could create these two pretty much. Alright, so that's pretty much the program as a whole. Import assets from folder, from Megascan zips. That's if you download from the site and you got a zip folder, you just import that. Or you acquire them another way. You can import it that way. Import custom surface allows you to just quickly make stuff with an auto populate for displacement gloss AO. So say I wanted the diffuse, so I'm going to load the map. Okay. And it will automatically load everything else. So it's even got the AO in there, it's got the gloss, it's got the roughness, We don't have any cavity or anything or specular like that, so yeah. And then we hit next. Stonewall 6. Select category. We're going to put that in stone. And we're going to import. Please specify your area. What does it say it was? So 270x8. Okay. 270x8. 270x8. Oh, well, it's not going to give me the chance to do what I want it to do. Go to a local library here for a second. And we're just going to delete that. Oh, right. Sorry, give me a second. Specular. Sometimes Studio One is the best way to look at this. You see, it doesn't render out properly. I don't like that. Controlled. It's definitely strange. I mean, it shows properly in there, but I think, yeah, well. So now you've seen the entire thing, besides the preferences, I think. So this is a path to all your stuff. I have it all in a simple folder, local library, large user interface, and your system info. OpenGL core. No wonder why it doesn't perform very well. And there's no multi-threading either, so that also explains the somewhat questionable performance sometimes. Now, if we were running this on Linux, you'd also see multi-threaded, but yeah, Windows, right? Anyway, I'm going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this overview, and I'll give my opinion and a review in the next video. Have a great day, guys. This has been a guide and an overview at the same time. Bye.